Hello everyone, welcome to ASL Monday with Shannon. I am outside today in the beautiful weather. Today's topic will be sports and hobbies. I definitely do not have every single sport or every single hobby known to man on here, but I do have a good chunk. I have a good old list here. So yeah, I think that's it. So we'll just get started. So to start off, I'll do sports first and then hobbies. Sports, so to say sports, both of your hands are in fists with thumbs up, and you just twist. Sports. Baseball, so this one you're basically just swinging a bat. You just swing for baseball. If you want to say softball, you cup your hands kind of like you're forming the ball, and then you swing. So baseball is just the bat, softball is the ball, and then the bat. Soccer, your non-dominant hand is with your palm facing you. Your other hand is kind of in a B, and it just taps the bottom. Soccer. Basketball, you have your hands as if you're holding a basketball, and you just flick them back. Basketball. Football, your hands interlace and they just go in. Football. Tennis, you just use one hand. It's kind of like baseball, but you just use one hand. Tennis. So you want to make sure you go forward and then bring it back. Tennis. Hockey, your non-dominant hand is flat. Your dominant hand is in the X, but then you flip it and you just rub twice. Hockey. Lacrosse has two different ones. So lacrosse, you can either have your dominant hand on top and you just twist, or you can do the whole throw thing. So twist or throw, or you can do both, whichever you prefer. So that's lacrosse. Swimming, so this one you have to be careful. So this one, your hands are flat out with palms down, and you go out. Swimming. So if you think like you're swimming, you just want to make sure you go out rather than in, because that's area. So swimming. Golf, pretty simple, golf. So you want to make sure baseball is up higher, golf is down, like you're golfing. Pretty simple. Volleyball, you pat up twice, like you're serving. Volleyball. Skiing, you're in those X formations, kind of like hockey. You flip them and you go downhill. Skiing. Snowboarding, your dominant hand is on top and you just tap down twice. Snowboarding. We have three more. Gymnastics, your non-dominant has your pointer finger out. Your dominant is in the H formation, but upwards. You flip it to bring it up. Gymnastics. Dance, I did back on my action words, but for review, it's flat hand out in a V and you just dangle them. Dance. And my last sport is cheerleading. This one, if you think of holding pom-poms, you just shake. Cheerleading. So those are the sports I have. Obviously, I know there's more, but these were just some that I found. So I'll go back. So we have sports, baseball, or softball, soccer, basketball, football, tennis, You have hockey, that's the X, hockey. Lacrosse, or the swing, lacrosse. Swimming, swimming. You have golf, golf. Volleyball, volleyball. Skiing, skiing. Snowboarding, snowboarding. You have gymnastics, gymnastics. Dance, dance. And cheerleading, cheerleading. So if you wanted to say, for example, my favorite sport is obviously dance. I'm a dancer. So you could say, my favorite sport is dance. Or whatever is your favorite sport. So now you can communicate that. Alright, so now onto the hobby side of my list. So to say hobby, I've seen a few different ones, but the most common one I've seen is you kind of have both your hands and you just rub them. Hobby. Hobby. So some hobbies, I just chose some random ones that I know of. There's obviously a lot of different hobbies, but the first one I have is just walking, which I've done, walking and running. I've done in the action one, but walking, just walking, walking. Running is the two, running, running. I have reading, so your non-dominant is palm, like it's the book or whatever you're reading, and you just reading. So it goes from your eyes to the book, up and down. Reading. Reading. Writing, your non-dominant goes horizontal, and you just write. Writing. Writing. To draw, your hand stays this way, you do your pinky, draw. To draw. Draw. If you want to do paint, your hand goes like an easel, and you just paint. 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 Watch TV or movies. So watch, you can either do this kind of thing, like look at, or you can tap here, watch. And then TV, you spell TV. I've also seen it kind of like I taught in furniture, doing two. And then movies, I taught back in locations. It's the same as like a movie theater. So your non-dominant is flat, your dominant is up, and it just shakes. Movies. So you could say watch TV or watch movies. Singing, your non-dominant is flat out, and you just scrape up and down. Singing. Singing. Acting or theater is the same as the physical place of theater that I did in locations. So your thumbs up with both, and you just circle them. Theater or acting. Theater. Photography is pretty simple, like you're taking a picture. Photography. Photography. Exercise is the same as gym, which I did in locations. Exercise. Exercise. Cooking, I also did in actions. Some of these obviously repeat, but cooking. Cooking. Gardening, it's kind of like you're raking, so gardening. Gardening. Hiking, it's kind of like walking, but you use both your hands and you just climb up. Hiking. Hiking. Fishing, you just kind of go forward. Fishing, and you can also add the reel in if you want to. Fishing. Camping, you're kind of in like a rock-on sign on both hands. You touch them together and bring them out twice. Camping. Camping. So it's like the tent. Camping. Hunting, you make two guns with your hands and just down, down. Hunting. Hunting. Just a few more. Knitting. Your pointer finger is out on your non-dominant hand. Your dominant hand is on top and just twist it twice. Knitting. Knitting. Which is different from sewing. Sewing, both your hands are in F and you use your dominant to sew. Sewing. Now that's sewing by hand. There's a B. But sewing by a machine, your non-dominant has its finger out and you just go across it in the X. Sewing. So that's by a machine. This one's by hand. Just to play, I did back, I think, in my action. Both your hands are in Y and they just shake. Play. Play. And you can play games. So games is both your hands are thumbs up and they tap together twice. Games. Games. If you want to be more specific and say video games, you just act like you're playing the controller and then games. Video games. Video games. So that was a lot of hobbies, so we're going to go back. So to start off, we have hobbies. Hobbies. Walking. Walking. Or running. Running. We have reading. Reading. Writing. Writing. We have drawing. That's with your pinky. Drawing. Or painting. Painting. We have watching TV. Watching TV. Or watching movies. We have singing. Singing. Theater or acting. Theater. Photography. Photography. Exercise. Exercise. Cooking. Cooking. We have gardening. Gardening. Hiking. Hiking. We have fishing. Fishing. A tent for camping. Camping. Hunting. Hunting. We have knitting. Knitting. Or sewing by hand. Sewing. Or sewing by machine. Sewing by machine. Play. Play. Games. Or video games. Those are the sports and hobbies I have for you today. That was a huge list. I think it was like over 30 words. So this was a longer video. I have no idea what I'm going to do next week. So if you have any ideas, let me know. I know I still have a few different categories of animals I could do if that's something that people are interested in. Otherwise, just comment if you have any suggestions. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thanks for watching my ASL Monday with Shannon, and I'll see you next week for another episode. Bye!